Hey, you guys. So today we got the SEC, these lying bastards coming out saying that some little company in Kansas caused that whole flash crash routine, right? You know, what can you even say? I mean, I guess these people just assume that we're so stupid that we can't even see that, it's like childlike lies now. It obviously wasn't caused by some one little company trading some shares. 75,000 contracts of the share when the average daily is 3 million. But that caused the entire Dow and all the markets to plunge 1,000 points on the Dow. Now, you know what? I looked at a bunch of stuff today, and I remember my video I did on this worldwide computer virus that Israel designed. Is it a real stretch to think that not only did it go after Iran's reactor, but it's right there on Wall Street too in the computers? And they popped up and said, "Hey guys, hey, we're here. Hey, look what we can do to you." No, there's no love between Israel and Washington D.C. right now. Netanyahu just this week told Obama to drop dead. Anything can happen at this point. I mean, there's stuff going on that's, we don't hear 1/10 of it, but we know it's all bad. This government now, our government, well, they don't like people out here talking bad about the government, so they're going to go on to phone calls and on the internet and find out who's unhappy with the government. Oh, and they're going to put a stop to that. I mean, who the hell do these people think they are? It's freaking unreal. And I just can't believe, I was thinking about this today. I can't believe that the people, who are most affected by this stuff, especially, I can't believe that, everybody, I guess, they just get kicked out of their jobs. They get kicked out of their houses without a peep, Since all this stuff started, I've still only heard of one guy who was getting evicted from his house. He's getting foreclosed on. And instead, he went and got a bulldozer and mowed down his house. Other than that, I haven't even seen any discontent from the public. But I tell you what, it's going to melt down soon. Look at the next thing that's going on with this mortgage stuff. I mean, it's not really main in the news, but this story is huge as well. Massive. Now, all these big Wall Street banks are Grayson and whoever did Saturday Night Live, Stuart Smalley there, I can't remember his name. But they're now going after these banks with these foreclosures. And a lot of these banks, see, at the bottom of all this is these banks are doing all these foreclosures and all this stuff. Well, they don't even own the mortgage. There's stuff going, and now the big problem is coming up with this mortgage thing that's just blowing up like crazy. Grayson and Stuart Smalley are on it. They're on it like a bum on a bologna sandwich. They're all over this. The thing is that they're not going to be able to get mortgage insurance. No one is, not even for a refinance, because now there's all these questions about, well, who owns the mortgage now? They don't know. They don't know who owns most of the mortgages in this country. I mean, all it's going to take, and I got an article to link to you too with this. I got a few that I'll send you, that I'll link up here. All it's going to take is the next thing that happens, and they don't have any answer for the stuff that's coming. A complete housing meltdown now after they've spent trillions and trillions. The Fed owns $2 trillion worth of MBSs, mortgage-backed securities. And I was, back to this whole Wall Street and what happened on the flash crash and all this. And I was listening in last night, and I heard F-Town Ball of One call in to this show, and he was talking about this too. He was saying that what's going on? You see, Iran wants to attack us now. That's big in the news. And what's going to happen is cyber security, cyber attacks. They could just shut down the country. And as far as we know, and it looks like the case is exactly true, is it's already here with this Stuxnet thing. Who knows who controls this, and who knows what they'll do with it. But other than that, EMP, you'd be looking at a country that's completely disabled overnight. Nothing electronic would work. And basically, the same effect would happen if the Stuxnet computer went off in this country. You know what's it set up to do? See, the thing is, people don't really know. It shut down Iran's reactor, and I think it shut down Wall Street that day as a little hello, look what we can do. I think that's exactly what happened. You know, I was saying right when it first happened, I was saying, you know, this is probably, I said I think it's Wall Street showing, you know, Washington D.C. who's boss. Well, hell, it looks now like it was Israel showing Washington D.C. who's boss, and Wall Street as well, saying, yeah, you guys, you know, you want to see what we can do? Here it is. How about a nice 1,000-point drop on the day? Yeah, it's something to think about anyway. You know, hey, what's coming up here in the coming days is not going to be nice, and they're talking about this alien crap too. They're probably trying to figure out some way to cover it, cover what's coming. We'll say, oh, the aliens shut us down. Oh, the aliens disabled all our missiles. The aliens disabled everything. You know, that's pretty crazy stuff. Hey, I'm going to cut this short so I can upload it before I leave. And I'll be back later tonight to answer stuff. So I'll put this up, and if I don't answer back, I'm just gone. So anyway, take it easy. See you guys later.